tgtf hub.
I've always kind of known, deep down, that something felt a bit off. Like I'd somehow ended up with the wrong avatar in this game called life. Lately, the feeling's gotten stronger, and I finally decided to just roll with it. I've started leaning into this cute femboy aesthetic, wearing softer colors, tighter jeans, and little crop tops. I even started hitting the gym, but not for muscle. Nah, I'm keeping slim, lean, and honestly loving the gentle curves I'm seeing. Growing out my hair has been an absolute vibe. Feeling it tickle my shoulders, catching glimpses of myself in shop windows, it's just so right. Every now and then, a wave of anxiety hits. What will people think? Am I pushing this too far? But that melts away when my new girlfriends from uni hype me up, complimenting my style and treating me like one of the squad. They're like my safe haven, honestly. Sometimes I catch myself wondering if I'm brave enough to fully step into this feminine side of me. Will people accept me if I embrace it completely? My heart races at the thought, a mix of fear and excitement. But one thing's clear, I'm done hiding. Every tiny step makes me happier, and I can't help but wonder, just how far can I take this? Then one day, things kinda took a surprising turn. I was over at Sarah's place, chilling in her room, surrounded by scattered textbooks, half-finished coffees, and the comforting scent of vanilla candles. We'd been cramming for hours, but my mind wasn't really on the books. All these bottled-up thoughts were swirling inside me, and for some reason, right there on her fluffy pink rug, I felt brave enough, or maybe desperate enough, to finally spill it all out. So, there I was, nervously twisting a lock of my now shoulder-length hair as I opened up about everything. I confessed how it wasn't just the cute outfits or the femboy vibe I'd embraced. It was deeper. It was about feeling trapped inside the wrong body, like there was this girl in me waiting impatiently to break free. Sarah listened without interrupting, her eyes warm and accepting, totally unfazed by my confession. Then, with a mischievous little grin, she leaned closer and lowered her voice as if sharing the juiciest secret ever. Okay, don't freak out. But my family actually owns this huge corporation. They're legit testing some feminizing meds right now. Completely safe and approved and everything. I could totally hook you up. We even have samples right downstairs. My jaw practically hit the floor, and my heart skipped about 10 beats. Was she serious? This felt unreal, like something straight out of some TG story I'd watched 100 times on YouTube. Part of me screamed yes, begging me to take this chance, but the other part hesitated, caught in a swirl of anxious what-ifs. After what felt like forever, I took a shaky breath, my voice barely above a whisper. You know what? Screw being scared. I want to do it. Sarah squealed with excitement, grabbing my hand and practically dragging me down the hallway. My pulse hammered wildly in my chest with each step, adrenaline mixing with hope. It felt like I was about to jump off a cliff, but strangely enough, I couldn't wait to take the leap. Then Sarah suddenly perked up, her eyes glowing with excitement like she just remembered something important. Oh wait, if we're gonna do this, babe, you gotta be prepared. This stuff works pretty quick. Let me grab you some cute clothes real quick. Before I could even get a word in, she darted over to her closet, rummaging eagerly through her outfits until she emerged triumphantly, holding a soft pink skirt and a stylish black crop top. She laid them gently beside me on the bed, giving me a playful wink. Trust me, girl, you'll want to have these on when it kicks in. I'll run downstairs and get the meds. Be right back. As Sarah left the room, closing the door gently behind her, my heart started pounding like crazy. I stared at the clothes, running my fingers lightly over the skirt's soft fabric. The nerves and excitement tangled inside me, forming a restless knot in my stomach. Could I really do this? But honestly, it felt right, like this moment was exactly what I'd been needing. I quickly got dressed, sliding into the skirt and pulling the crop top over my head. When I finally caught my reflection in Sarah's full-length mirror, my breath caught in my throat. It was amazing how something as simple as clothes could make me feel so alive, so right. I was literally glowing and couldn't hold back a shy little smile. Just then, Sarah burst back into the room, stopping in her tracks with a delighted squeal. "Oh my gosh, you look incredible," she gushed, rushing over to hand me a tiny pink capsule. I took a shaky breath, holding the pill gently in my palm, knowing that this was it, the first real step toward finally meeting the girl inside me. Without another hesitation, I swallowed it down, ready to embrace whatever came next. At first, nothing seemed to happen. Sarah and I just stared at each other, waiting in tense silence. I felt my pulse quickening, anxiety creeping up. Had this whole thing been too good to be true? But just when I was about to speak, a strange warmth suddenly spread through my body. It was gentle, comforting, like sinking slowly into a cozy bath. I glanced down at my hands, noticing my fingers becoming slender, delicate, nails growing longer, perfectly shaped. My eyes widened in shock, excitement bubbling up as I felt the softness spreading through me, reshaping me, filling me with a sensation I couldn't describe other than pure joy. A rush of butterflies fluttered in my stomach as my vision blurred slightly, my body feeling oddly light and airy. Sarah's eyes sparkled with amazement. "Oh my God, it's actually happening," she whispered excitedly, reaching for her phone camera as if she wanted to capture every moment of my transformation. Nervous laughter slipped from my lips, now higher-pitched, sweetly feminine. My hair cascaded past my shoulders, silky and shiny, framing a face that had softened, my features delicate, my eyes brighter than ever. Looking into Sarah's mirror again, my breath caught in my chest. The girl staring back at me wasn't just some fantasy. She was real, beautiful, confident. I felt a tear sting the corner of my eye, overwhelmed with happiness. It was me, the real me. Sarah gently squeezed my hand, beaming proudly. "Girl, you look absolutely gorgeous," she said softly, pulling me into a tight hug. And as I hugged her back, feeling completely and finally comfortable in my own skin, I knew one thing for certain. There was no turning back now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Sarah stepped closer, her face practically glowing with pride as she took both my hands in hers, squeezing gently. "I'm seriously so proud of you right now," she whispered, her eyes warm and sincere. "Girl, you look absolutely stunning, like you're totally glowing." My cheeks flushed bright pink as I smiled shyly back at her, my heart practically bursting with happiness. I felt more myself in this moment than I'd ever felt before. Sarah's gaze softened, her voice dropping into an affectionate whisper. "You know, babe, you're gonna need a new name. Something beautiful, something that fits the real you. Better start thinking about it." I laughed softly, heart fluttering at the thought. A new name. A fresh start. It sounded so perfect, and honestly, I couldn't wait to choose something that matched who I'd become. But before I could say anything, Sarah gently reached out, brushing a strand of hair away from my cheek, her fingertips lingering warmly. My pulse quickened as she leaned in, voice barely audible. "And you know, I've got something else you might want to think about too." Our faces were now just inches apart, her eyes sparkling with mischief, lips curling into a playful smile. My heart was hammering, anticipation buzzing through my veins. As we slowly drifted closer, the room around us seemed to fade away. The space between us shrank to almost nothing, her soft breath tickling my lips. This was it, the perfect ending to one journey and the thrilling beginning of another.